next is one of the most successful X Factor acts of all time, selling over 30 million records and having 4 top 10 albums after winning the show a decade ago. And now James Arthur is back with new music. We were just chatting about all your music. Yeah. Actually, James is here now. I was just saying that when you go on tour, do you feel like you have to play Impossible from the very... Because your fan base started from that moment, didn't it?
Exactly that, yeah. I mean, a lot of fans that come to the shows might want to hear that song. So I think what keeps it interesting is just trying to evolve it or develop it in a way that is different to
for you as well, so you remain interested.
Otherwise, it's torturous to play the same.
Yeah, because also your life has moved on. You're in a different place to where you were 10 years ago.
Yes.
And so your new music is more reflective of you today, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I used to kind of look at it like I want to play the new album. I don't want to play the old songs, and I want to be known for what I'm doing right now. But I kind of feel blessed that I'm like,
Absolutely. Well, when you look at the numbers, I mean, I don't think maybe a lot of people might not realise the deep success you've had because you've had a hiatus, because you've kept yourself away and come back and all of that, because you're not all, you don't court publicity in the way that a pop star might.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realise this until I read it yesterday. In 2016, Say You Won't Let Go had over 2.2 billion streams. It was the most streamed song on Spotify in the UK. That is extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, those stats kind of blow me away. It's weird when you have a song that's that connects with people on such a big scale like that. You kind of feel almost overwhelmed by it or in the shadow of it, and you kind of trying to emulate that all the time. But yeah, it's amazing. If that's kind of the height of my career, then I can't really complain.
Well, let's hope there's more to come.
I'm just starting. But
exactly. Well, you've got a beautiful new song out. Tell us about that.
Well, it's kind of a bit of a return to the sort of sound that I think people would recognise me for. The last album, I was kind of having a bit of fun during the lockdown, experimenting with a different sound. It was my 4th album. I felt like, I needed to present something different. And I was really obsessed with having a coherent sounding album. And actually, when I went out on the road and toured it, I realised that I could have presented them in the way that I presented this new song. And so I kind of had a vision of just going back to a more singer-songwriter thing. And
it's what people have fallen in love with.
The pain and the suffering.
Well, that's it. Although you're in a happy place in your life, and I do wonder... and I have to say, James, that if there was, we talk about the children being resilient these days and you've got to teach them resilience. If there was a photograph in a dictionary of what resilience looks like, it would be you.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
Because what you've been through in your childhood, foster care, all of that difficulty that you exposed in a documentary recently, I think, and what you've achieved in your life and the openness you have about your own mental health, I mean, you are the epitome of resilience.
Oh,
you really are. I mean, it's a fantastic...
That's really kind.
And do you feel like you'll still sort of have to get up every morning and be resilient? Or is it just that it's become you now? You understand yourself more these days than you did?
That's a really good question. I guess resilience is probably part of my DNA now. I think you're probably right. I think when you kind of overcome some of the things that I have, I mean, it's something that I use as inspiration and motivation now every day. I do, like a lot of people, have trauma and things like that in my past and issues with mental health. But I think the motivation is to inspire others. And
I wonder. You must have thought this. What would have happened if music hadn't been there for you? What would have become of you without the music? Because it seems like it's saved you. I don't know if that's too strong a word.
Without a doubt, it's been kind of like my only friend at times. So no, absolutely, it's definitely saved me. That's a really good question. I don't know where I'd be.
Probably best not to talk about that, is it?
I try not to think about that. Yeah, it could have been quite bad.
And let's talk about Emily, because you wrote a song, didn't you, about Emily 2 years ago, and now she's arrived. It's a remarkable thing.
Yeah, as if I'd like manifested it.
You manifested a daughter into your life.
I did, and
I'm sure there were other things that happened.
All the cliches are true. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But yeah, I did. I was in the studio. As songwriters, we're always trying to find interesting concepts, and I thought, like, what if I wrote a letter to my future daughter and explained, like, you know, Dad's not perfect and all that. He's been through some stuff, but you know, it felt like a cool thing to write about. And Emily's always been a name that I've thought would be nice for my daughter. Yeah.
And how is fatherhood?
It's amazing. Apart from always smelling like sick, you know, everywhere I go.
Oh, you did smell quite fragrant when we hugged a moment ago.
I'm double spraying.
To be fair, it was quite strong aftershave. I didn't like to say, but I wondered.
Yeah, I got a fresh batch of sick on me this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do when you go on tour? Because it's going to be hard to leave her.
Well, I mean, in the UK, it shouldn't be too difficult. Hopefully, I can. She's got a very strict, like, sleep schedule. As you've got kids.
I've got a boy, although he's 10 and I can't get him to get to bed at all these days, but yeah.
I mean, she's quite good. Like, she's really good at this so far. She's only 6 months, but I guess I'll just try and make it work.
Are you singing to her all the time?
All the time, yeah. She's kind of the test subject now.
Is she?
She like, with this new song, she kind of stops crying as soon as I start playing it. So
that's lovely. She just falls asleep. That's
exactly.
Isn't it? You're on BGT. This week, aren't you? Wednesday, the big live special, famous performance.
Yes, I am. I'm very lucky to be performing, and that's thanks to Simon Cowell for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit nerve-wracking because it's kind of like the premiere of this new song. So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you've prepared yourself for it. As I saw in the documentary, I was watching it yesterday, it does make you tear up. You know, it is a really heartbreaking thing to see all the things you've been through. But it's remarkable that you have got your life together and you're such a great artist. And I think that heartbreak is probably what connects with people. As you say, millions of people have felt the way you have but can't express themselves. And so it's a wonderful thing that you do. It's therapy for so many people.
Thank you. That's kind of the goal,
Yeah, it's wonderful. Lovely to have you on. Good luck with the tour when it happens. James's new single, A Year Ago, is out now. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.